we need our content browser, which I think is under Kismet. There we go. We're going to look in the sound cues. We're going to look for metal. There's a metal scrape cue. No. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Door, metal, open, stop cue. It really doesn't matter as long as you get some sort of cue here, but you want to find something that sort of makes sense for what you're doing. And this is a wheel, so a sort of grindy, metally, wheelie sound is what we're looking for. So we're going to click this green arrow in Kismet. That loads in that sound cue to play the sound. So we're going to connect both of these to the play, and that'll play the sound anytime we flip the switch. Next thing we want to do, find the wheel, highlight it, right click in Kismet, new matinee, and then double click the matinee to open it. So for a wheel, you never want to have it go more than about 90 degrees or it will freak out and start doing some weebly wobbly, flippy, timey-wimey things. So we're going to go ahead and take this down to like 0.4 seconds. It gives a nice turn and it makes it so it's a quick turn and you can keep it within that 90-degree window that you have. Once you've got it shortened down, go ahead and right click, add new empty group. We're going to call it switch 3. Right click on switch 3, make sure that the wheel is still highlighted, and click add new movement track. This automatically inserts a keyframe of where the wheel starts. So then if we drag over the slider to 0.1, hit enter, it'll create another keyframe. We're going to go back to the wheel. We're going to change to rotation. We're going to turn it about 16 degrees. We're going to go to 0.2 seconds. And you want this to be just a little bit faster, so we're going to change this to be 28 degrees. 0.3. Again, we're going to do about 28 degrees. And then 0.4, we're going to do about 16. And what this does is it ramps it up, so it's going slower and then faster and then slower. You really can't tell at 0.4 seconds, but it's a nice thing to keep in mind. If we expanded this out, it would look really, really nice still, and it wouldn't feel jagged. So that's our matinee. I'm going to close out a matinee editor. We're going to connect here. So the first path it's going to follow is the false path. So we want it to tell it to play. And then when we touch the switch again, it's going to follow the true path. So we want it to reverse. Last thing we need to get, new action toggle hidden. Go ahead and duplicate that. We're going to connect the bottom one to the bottom to this false path. It's going to be unhide, and the top one to this top path is going to be hide. And then we're going to go grab our particle. Right click under the toggle hidden, new object variable using emitter 1, and then connect that to both targets. What this does is it hides or unhides this emitter based on what path it's taking. And that is the Kismet for that. What I like to do is if you press Control-Alt, make that box around everything, and then right click off of any of the nodes and do a new comment wrap. I'll give you a nice square comment box. I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit. And then I'm going to put in trigger 3. You always want to do some sort of comment here, because when you start to get out more Kismet and more Kismet, you're going to eventually not know what's going on anymore. It's like looking at a big map without any street names. You wouldn't know where you're going. So we're just putting in some street names to help us figure things out. And this is also crucial if you're working on a team, because if one person isn't doing this, you're not going to have any idea what's going on with this code. So let's go ahead